All right, y'all. Welcome to another show of Real Talk with Tula Kabone on the famous podcast called Godcastic. Listen, Godcastic. And you know what I always start out saying? If you hear the sound of my voice, God has blessed you to see another day. So let's get an amen and four hand claps. Appreciate that. A lot of people, and I always say this, we always think in terms of that we woke ourselves up. No, we didn't wake ourselves up. God bless you with the grace to see another day. And a lot of us don't acknowledge that, particularly on our platforms. For whatever reason, you don't acknowledge that. But I'm a person on whatever platform I'm on, I acknowledge that first because I know it was the praying hands of my mom and those who believe in me prayed so I can get to this point, and God heard their prayer and got me here. So again, if you hear the sound of my voice, let's get another hand clap. God has blessed you to see another day. Let's get an amen. I heard that. We got an amen. Y'all know I'm going to greet y'all. I told you I'm going to start greeting you in the word of Swahili, which is Habar Gani. And I explained why, because growing up in school, many of us weren't taught our cultural language, meaning from Africa. So I kind of learned Swahili, learned to write it, and communicate it. Because I felt kind of out of place in you telling me to speak Spanish or Russian in school, and I'm black. They ain't got no place for me at that particular time. So I'm teaching y'all the word. I said it last week. Habar Gani, which is what's the news, and your response would be Nzuri, which is good. Anybody that follow me on my platforms know that's my word. On Mondays when I do my real talk with Tula Kabone 80.1 FM. So let's try it again. Habar Gani, Nzuri. All right, I hear y'all. So today is Let It Talk Wednesday. I think that's it. Let's talk about it Wednesday. All right, I appreciate the hand claps. I got a brother calling in, and I think it's important that we really pay attention to the conversation he and I have. A lot of people, they buy these used cars. Oh, a lot of people buy used cars. Hold on. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead. Hello?
What's going on?
What's
going on, brothers?
My son. Call the phone number. This is live. Call the phone number that I sent to you so you can call into the studio. Okay, he's called. Y'all know, hey, I love my people. That's why I love my people. And see, this one I like, ain't nothing faking about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. The brother finna call in, we finna have it chatted up. But the brother bought, and we don't question a lot of used cars. And I seen so many people who buy used cars, particularly during tax time. The people who drive the most used cars are black people, right? And this is what it is. What we call new, somebody else call old. But in many of us, when we go buy these cars, they're nothing but limits. Okay, the brother's calling in, and I want y'all to hear his story. I'm still ringing. There we go. What's up, black man?
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
All right, now, Cecila.
Hey, you doing?
I can hear you live, so don't forget you're live. I Cecila.
Hey, you say I'm live?
We are live. We are live on air right now. Can you hear me? Okay. All right.
Thanks for reminding me. I'm like Steve Harvey. I might do something.
Don't do the Steve Harvey on me. We ain't doing I don't know, man. They saying a whole lot of stuff. About Steve Harvey right now. So let's be careful with that.
Hey, no, I'm talking about, I cuss. So excuse me if it come out. It's not my intention.
Well, listen. Well, let's try not to do that because we're on a God station right now. So let's keep it godly. Our mama used that church cup. Okay. She went upside their head. Okay? So let's keep it godly. But anyway, hey man, I was telling about your story, how you contact me and told me about your car. So can you explain to them, because what I said, good brother, let me just give you the rundown. Then we buy used, and you and I discussed this, there are a lot of used cars in the black community. A lot of us buy used cars. First of all, when we go try to get a car, either they give us too much of an astronomical amount of money we got to pay to get the car, or the notes are too high, or the insurance are too high. So we left with getting a used car. So we thinking that what we call new is really old. So, all right. So give me the rundown of what happened to you. Hello.
Okay, so
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yeah, it's hard, but go ahead.
Can you hear me?
What? Tell him what's going on.
He was just in.
Huh?
Tell him to try to move into the area he was just in.
Hey, go back to the area that you was in because it's hard to hear you. Go back to the area you was in. Don't move
Okay,
around.
hold on.
Yeah, stay there.
Okay, hold on.
This is live, y'all.
Wait a minute. Right here?
Yeah, stay there, brother. We can hear you. You know, hey, come on now. You know how the house be. You know how to technology.
Okay, okay, hold on. Let me make some adjustments.
Okay, please do.
I apologize to your audience.
No, you're fine.
You're okay. I just hope you ain't staying in the bathroom.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. Yeah.
No, come on. I wouldn't do that.
You know how to get a funny in. Come on now. I'm just saying. You got to get it in.
Hold on.
I can hear you now. Hello? Hello?
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Come on, black man.
Hold on.
I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you, good brother. Come on. Okay, that's good. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. You know.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell your
Hello?
story. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hey, okay, so getting right to the point.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I bought a Kia a couple years ago, dealership, all right. And at the time that I bought the dealer, I bought the Kia. Don't get it twisted, man. Hey, the Kia Optima GDI 2.4L, you know, best performance car that I have ever purchased in my life. So I enjoyed the vehicle. However, okay, not aware at the time that the manufacturer had issued a recall on the vehicle. They did a recall in 2018 to update software associated with the knock sensor system.
When did you? Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this. When did you purchase the car? When? What year?
Okay, I purchased it. What this is? 24.
Yeah.
21.
Okay, got you. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, so when I the car, you know, I was at the point about the update of the software. It's called, if you Google it, it'll be the KSDS system. Okay. So what that does, what that update did to people, is allowed the software to detect if there was an abnormal noise or within the system engine. Okay. So I was riding on the expressway one, you know, and my car, all of a sudden it de-escalated to what I have come to learn is called limp mode. So the car went into limp mode, and it activated the system in order to save the car from being totally destroyed. Okay, now I got the car. I talked to a couple people, and they told me, bro, don't drive that car. And then, you know, I went to research and it's like that and found out what this was all about. I had the car stand, and the produced the code DTC P1326. Now, when I researched that, I found out that code associated with that update. So now, in addition to that original update, there was a revision that it's called a product improvement campaign. it said that any vehicles that was covered the original recall, okay, would be covered if any additional issues occurred as a result, of update of the system. So my car, long story short, my car had been updated in 2018 before I purchased the car. Damn. Fast forward to when I get the issue, I have my car to McDonald Kia here in I should not name
Yeah, yes, you should have. Put them out there.
but
No, we ain't having no secrets. Go ahead, tell
okay.
them.
So
They shouldn't do what they
okay,
did.
okay. So anyway, I had my car towed to them. All right. And so I had a conversation there. I let the man know what was going on. And I had the paperwork in my hand because I had printed it off, and brought it with me when I had the car towed over there.
So
I
wait,
let
so let me
him
ask
know
you that.
what was
Hold
going
on, let me
on.
ask you that. Hold on. So you had the paperwork in your hand, letting him know that a recall had been called on that car in 2018, correct?
No, what I had in my hand,
Okay.
well, yeah, in that paperwork that I had would have revealed that the initial recall on that particular engine and that specific model was recalled by the manufacturer.
Okay. Go ahead.
So he told me, okay, he said, but we got to do our own scan of it and everything and see what happens. I said, okay, well, no problem. So I knew beyond the shadow of a doubt they was going to get the same thing that I had in my hand. All right. So he called me. He tells me, he said, yeah. He said, as a result of our scan, we got the same code. But I see that your oil is dirty and about quarts low. Okay, I said, okay, yeah, man, I acknowledge that. About I was gonna get the oil change anyway. He said, well, I change the oil and everything in order to determine what's going on, and as we move forward. Okay, I said, well, do what you got to do. I'll oil change at the end, but just I need to know what's going on with my car. He said, okay. So, okay, he called me. So, but he told me face to face now that based up on the information associated with the code, the DTC 1326, they require my engine being replaced. Okay, I already knew that. I said, okay. So he said, it may take about a month. I said, okay, no problem. Bang. He called me, within, I think, less than my expected time. He tells me, he said, you can come and pick up your car. I said, what? I say, it's done already? He said, yeah. He said, you can come and pick it up. I said, okay, I'll be there to pick it up. So I picked the car up, my engine light is still on. I said, my engine light is still on. He said, yeah. He say, what I did was I changed the oil and I cleared the code, and the DTC, the code associated with the campaign bulletin did not come up again. So he said everything is good. He said if it comes back, starts blinking again, he said bring it back and we'll go from there. I said, okay, well, I car good to go, man. He said, yeah. Okay, so right now I ain't driving the car. I'm taking it from point A to point B because of my financial situation at the time. Like I told you, brother Robert, Peter to pay Paul and everything. When the situation with the vehicle and I couldn't drive it, I had to remove the coverage in order to, pay Paul.
So that means okay. So hold on. Let me put that in. Let me put that in hood terms so people don't understand. That means he didn't have car insurance. He couldn't afford it. So I want to, because some people, I'm just saying, we talk, because we talk to the audience. Some people ain't used to Paul and rob Peter pay Paul.
We go honest.
Right. If you listen, I've been there too, so that's before. We all have been there at some point. We know somebody that been there. So it's okay. So that's what he meant.
Oh, right. Hey, you know what, brother? The sad thing is, if they have not been there, do they know whether the vehicle they are driving right now is actually safe?
Well, go ahead. Keep talking now. Tell her what happened after that. Go ahead.
Okay. So, I pick up my car, get it back. I say, okay, so I got to go insurance back on this thing, and boom, boom, boom. I said, okay, so car, I'm finna go to the credit union, get the money so I can go ahead and take care of the business. All right. In the midst of going back home from the credit union on November 15th.
What year?
Last year.
Okay, 2023. Okay.
23. I'm coming. I'm going home. My car loses power. So I'm like, damn, you know what we do. I'm like, what's going on? This thing, they said it just fixes.
And we start praying.
Okay.
And we start praying.
Huh?
And we start praying, God, please help us. Please. I can't afford to get it fixed.
That too, brother. hey, for real, that too. So I look down. Okay, I still got it in drive. I say, okay, I need to put it in. So I put it in park and push my electric starter. So the car didn't do nothing. It acted like it wanted to start, and it didn't do nothing. So I'm like, man, what so I'm going from concerned to now I'm getting a little bit angry. All right, so then I said, well, let me look up under the hood and see if there's anything that, a shade tree mechanic like me might recognize on this modern vehicle.
Right.
Hold
on. Let me interpret that. Like, for example, for the audience, that means he didn't know what he was doing because he's trying to figure it out. It's a new car. I'm just saying. Got to help the people understand.
Right. Hey, so when I open my door, brother, I'm like, man, it looks like it's about to rain out here getting funny and stuff.
I'm laughing with you, not at you.
So I noticed what I thought was fog was in reality smoke coming from my hood. So I'm like, oh man, my hood is on fire. So immediately I start video. I'm like, man, no. So, okay, I can't get the hood up. So I'm talking about in a matter of seconds, bro, the exploded.
You said the car exploded?
The car exploded.
Wow.
Okay. And I got a video of the incident.
Wow.
So, okay. So now, okay, I'm going to show you how this system works. So I call 911, dial 911. The fire department come and the police. I saw them everything. I'm legal and all of that. Insurance, So, not insurance, but
I was about to say.
So, right. I was not legal, but that was not the issue. Even to them. So they put the fire out. a record. I could call the record because I have towing insurance, okay, from AAA. So the police scene told me, say, well, no, no, it wasn't the police. It was the fire department. He say, when the police have to come out to the scene, automatically Mike's record has to come. I'm like, wow. So by that time now, my queen, she done pulled up. I done told her what's happening, and she said, I ain't never heard of nothing like that, you know. And so, anyway, they end up putting the car on the flatbed and towing it out, bruh. If it's a mile, you know, I would be surprised. So, a couple of days later, I go over there. I said, well, you know, I'm coming to see about my, because I need to see what needs to be done. I'm trying to get it back to the dealership. Okay. So they tell me that in 2 days, I owe $800. I'm like, man, what?
The tow truck people tell you
said,
that?
for what? Yeah. I'm like, for what? I said, the only thing you did is put it on the flatbed and towed it from Bagley Street to Harris, which I bet you and I guarantee you is an amount. It wasn't no, you ain't had no cleanup. Well, they tell that, but that's what they told me, all about the cleanup. Long story short, man, I don't want to go through all of that because extra.
Well, let me
My
add,
point,
let me just stop because I'm going to add on to that point while we're talking about this. A lot of people don't know under Michigan law, I'm going to say according to Michigan standards, I ain't going to say law because there's no law. A tow truck can charge you what they want. And what you're supposed to do is ask them before they hook the car up how much they owe you. And the reason I'm saying that, good brother, because you are a prime example of what they was doing when they had the floods, I think, in 2014, and charging them people an astronomical amount of money, and they didn't know, you know, basically. And then they come to find out that there was nothing they could legally do because there was no set price on towing. And so what you and I want to put that out there while you're talking about it, because I'm assuming, because we didn't discuss this part, you end up losing your car because the fees was too high, and every day they go up and up, and people don't know that.
No, brother. Let me correct you. I end up losing my car because the dealership that took my car to in order to repair my car did not follow the instructions that were included in the product improvement campaign issued by Kia manufacturers.
So you're saying the recall, the dealership didn't follow recall, which caused the car to catch a fire? Okay.
So right. So here it to what I wanted to share with the people, you know, our people especially, you know what I mean? Because we are, you know, poor people are the ones who are most impacted by the issue that we talking about, which is repaired recalls on used vehicles. In the United States, federal legislation exists. Established dealerships cannot sell a vehicle to a buyer if the manufacturer of the vehicle has issued a safety recall on that particular model. That is that particular model.
Say it again. Say that again so people hear. Say that again.
Okay. So it is federal that an established dealer, car seller, cannot sell a vehicle to a buyer with an unrepaired manufacturer issued recall on that particular model. Okay. Now, when it comes to buyers, when it comes to used vehicles, the same does not apply. There's no federal legislation that requires the same dealership who is required to fix the issue on a used vehicle is not required to fix an issue on a used vehicle manufactured by the same company.
Wow. So really you leave the poor people.
That's so off of it.
Wow. So really, so the poor person is left with the burden of trying to figure it out if the manufacturer don't tell them, correct?
Right.
Wow.
So we all to the dealership with the expectation of the vehicle that we are about to put our money on is a safe vehicle.
Well, let me ask you this. Is the recall, because a lot of people don't do this, and you and I discussed this, a lot of people, especially people in the poor community, and this is a general statement, when we buy a used car, we, include me, when we buy a used car, except I got smart on that, we don't ask for a Carfax. And I remember, and I'm saying this with you briefly, I remember I was going to buy a car, used car, and the guy asked for a Carfax. He told me he had to wait for somebody. I didn't even buy the car from him because the Carfax is supposed to show the mileage and the damage on that. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. And a lot of poor people need to know that. So tell them what's not in the Carfax is what you shared with me. Go ahead, good brother.
Okay, so let me share this with you. This is a statement of the Trade Commission concerning auto recall advertising cases. Clearly state, thesis, straight out the point, at the gate. Unrepaired auto recalls pose a serious threat to public safety.
Wow.
We don't have to go no further.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow, that's deep.
We don't have to go no further. Okay, so what makes the lives of those more valuable who are able to purchase a vehicle off the showroom floor comparison to those people who cannot afford to do that and spend their income on used vehicles?
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Are the poor people's lives less valuable than more wealthier people? The answer to that is yes.
Yes, in their eyes.
It's yes.
Well, let me say this. That's interesting, and I'm gonna tell you, good brother. The reason I believe they might be doing that, and I'm sure you would agree with it, because you got more used lots than new lots, and if that was a requirement, a lot of them probably done lobbied them and told them not to put it in there, because it was being an expense for them, or they couldn't sell the cars. So yeah, I would say that. Well, go ahead.
Okay, and I would agree. I would agree with you. I would have no issue with what you're saying. But let me read a little bit more of this statement from the Federal Trade Commission, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
car manufacturers and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration have recalled tens of millions of vehicles in each of the last several years for defects pose significant safety risks to consumers. Now, this was issued in 2016, a year after my vehicle was manufactured by Kia. 2015, for example, recalls that 51 million vehicles nationwide, and defects that have been the subject of recalls have led to severe injuries and even death for many consumers.
That's interesting.
Federal law requires.
Go ahead. What you about to say?
Federal law requires all new cars sold in the United States be free from recall, but it does not prohibit auto dealers from selling used cars with open recall.
So, and this is something, man, that we need to understand. I mean, and I asked you to come on the show because people need to understand that they're buying these cars with the expectation of being able to keep the car for at least a reasonable amount of time. And these used car dealerships are fully aware of the recalls, right? I mean, I know people, because I do paralegal work. I had to help somebody file a complaint against a car dealership. The car wasn't no good in 2 days. And, she filed the paperwork and the guy gave the car back. But we don't understand, man, that it's car tricks, not car works. When you go to used car dealerships, they're just trying to get your money and your honey if they can get it. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get the money and get your girl honey. So and the reason I'm saying this, good brother, this is a prime example of what you're saying. So when the car breaks down in a month, they go back and see the car dealership. The first thing they say to you bought it as is, right? Now, you don't have a conversation.
Now,
go ahead.
Stop right there. Okay. That language right there, if I agree to purchase a vehicle with that on the vehicle, I assume responsibility for anything that goes wrong with that vehicle. I assume that. That becomes my responsibility because it's a contractual agreement.
But okay, so let's have this conversation. Michigan have what they call a lemon law. And if somebody knows that, and this is just from I guess we're going to have legal jargon kicking around, and I'm sure we can. But if somebody sell you something under fraudulent pretenses, when they know something is wrong with the car, and they tell you as is, knowing that the car will be destroyed in a certain amount of minutes or days, can they use as is as a defense with the intended purpose of knowing after you ask them, hey, is the car okay? Yeah, it's okay. You can get it. And then when you buy it 2 days later. Stop. I hear you, Johnny Cochran. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Stop.
I'm listening.
You said what you just said, part of what you just said included the statement that the vehicle is okay. That right there changes the dynamic of the thing. And this is what this statement from the FTC addressed. Because what we were going to get to, brother, that ultimately there is no federal legislation that prevents dealerships from selling see a car that has unrepaired recall, open unrepaired recalls on them, and to stipulate my car has 4.
Okay, but let me say this. Okay,
So,
I understand that.
yeah.
But it does not, listen why I'm saying this. They cannot use the law to scapegoat a responsibility when you do it on a fraudulent pretense. What I'm saying is, if I tell you,
you didn't let me finish.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
You're right.
I appreciate it.
They can't. You're right. You don't have to go no further. You know. So this is what the statement from TC in 2016 addresses. If I may to read on.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. In 2015, recalls affect. Well, let me car manufacturers and National Highway Traffic Safety Administration have recalled tens of millions of vehicles in each of the last several years for defects that pose significant safety risks to consumers. In 2015, for example, recalls affected 51 million vehicles nationwide, and defects that have been recalls have led to severe injuries and even death for many consumers.
Okay.
Federal law requires that all new cars sold in the United States be free from recall, but it does not prohibit auto dealerships selling used cars with open recalls. As a result, absent a change in law, neither National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, any other federal agency has the authority to stop the sale of used vehicles with open recalls across the industry, across this nation.
Oh, okay.
So, at the end of the day, brother.
Okay, go ahead. No, hold on. Let me push back just a little bit. I heard that entire statement, but what they didn't say is that the dealership just can hide the fact. If asked if there's anything wrong with this car, they do not have to inform the consumer of that. It doesn't state that. What it says is they can sell the car. Okay.
You didn't let me agree with you.
Okay, go ahead.
I still agree with you.
Okay.
Section 5 of the Federal Trade Commissions Act, however, Section 5 Federal Trade Commission Act enables the commission to stop car sellers from engaging in false, misleading advertising practices. The commission is practices that mask the existence of open recall.
I like that. Okay.
So if you hide the truth, in simple language, if you hide the truth from me, man, about the truth of this vehicle, and for the sake of your enrichment, for your benefit, then you in violation.
Okay, so let me say it a different way. What the brother's saying, I want y'all to hear this, audience, because people don't even know this. The dealership ain't finna tell you, and the brother laid out a key point, man. Thanks for sharing this information. That if the dealership is hiding that this car was in recall and they don't tell you, Section 5 tells that there is a violation. They have to inform you. If I'm correct?
Right.
Okay, and if they don't, so can you? I would say that you could sue under Section 5 because they didn't tell you.
So so let me you got we have to one thing about the legal system, man, it is a system of precedent. So every decision that is made right now about an issue that I have is based on a simple issue decided by the legal system to us.
Okay.
That's how the institutional racism
Right.
has been able to survive our attacks against it. Okay? Because when we see, in order, if I can, at the risk of simplifying this complex issue, because there is no one initiative that can solve our problem. Let me say this here too, that if any one of us expect for the salvation of our, if we depend on the salvation of our circumstances on something outside of ourselves, and hey, we ain't going nowhere.
All right, so let me interpret that. That means you think somebody gonna do something for you outside of your own self. You ain't gonna get nothing coming, and you're crazy, right? Something wrong with you.
Say that again, brother.
I'm interpreting it for those who didn't understand. If you want to, you got to be willing to save yourself. And if you thinking somebody gonna save you outside of you, then you ain't gonna get nothing. You ain't got nothing coming. That's what I was interpreting what you were saying. So I mean, let me just say this.
Exactly.
So let me just say that, and I want people to understand the importance of what we're talking about, because this is tax season, and this is the reason for the geezing, meaning that this is the reason they're gonna try to gank you to buy all these cars. And I'm gonna say this, good brother, this is what they get you with the most. The car's the cleanest. It smell like Baccarat. It smell like Polo Red. And the first thing the person say when they look at the car, King X, this is what they say, man, that car is beautiful. Bro, you know, and I'm just like, man, how do the car run? Them dealerships get you with it smells good, but the motor is horrible. It's like dating somebody that looks sharp. Look, good brother, they look good. And as soon as you get home, they start slapping you and trying to rip you off. Man or woman. You're like, man, I can't believe that. So we have to ask the question of what you're saying. Hey, and me and you discussed this. Hey, was it a recall on this car? And I'm going to tell you this under Michigan law because I had somebody do it. If you are talking to a car dealership, you can legitimately record that conversation without them having knowledge. Michigan law is structured in a way that if a one party consent to a recording, you're good. You're the one party. And what I tell people, when they go to these slick car dealerships, record the conversation without them knowing, because they're going to lie to sell you the car. And when they get busted, they're going to say they never said that to you. And then it becomes a credibility issue, right? They're going to hire a lawyer, take you to court, and it's issue.
I pray, you know, my prayer is that the Most High would not allow us to have to go through that through because this is the point of why we're having this discussion today, bro.
Fair.
Because my experience. Okay, and I'm still obligated to pay for that car.
Well, hold on, slow down. Did I hear you correctly? After the car burnt up, they didn't tell you about a recall. They still want you to pay on the car, even though you can no longer.
Yeah, I still got to pay. I'm still obligated to paying on that vehicle because the agreement that I made with you didn't have nothing to do with the car being on
Man, that is
the
crazy.
object that I'm coming to you for
Man, that is
for some money to, huh?
that's to me. So I'm gonna say this, and I'm saying this off the record. This is my opinion. I will call 1-800.
Off the record.
No, listen.
That's off the record.
No. Let me finish, good brother. Don't get fired up, Johnny Cocker. Hold on, you're doing good. You're doing good. Hold on now. Hold on. Johnny Cocker finna go off.
Hey.
Yeah.
But hey, back in the day, me and you, we talked about that. Minister talked about with Jesse talking about, he united the people, your Rainbow Coalition, all the way until they got up to the door, and he said, "Hold up, I'll be back."
But no, I was saying, I will if because I know a brother doing this right now. They file bankruptcy,
Right.
man. I swear I'll be calling 1-800 bankruptcy, and then I would definitely not, because that doesn't make any sense. And I mean, Donald Trump filed bankruptcy 7 times, and they still want him to run the country. So you file it once shouldn't be that bad. You know what I'm saying? So I think,
Okay.
So I'm saying,
Okay.
as you got a lot of people now, particularly in the black community, that's getting these type of cars and they fall behind because the cars aren't working. They're simply filing bankruptcy to restart their life. And it's not a bad thing, man. You can't look at bankruptcy. We've been taught to look at bankruptcy as the big demon in the door. And really, it's a second chance to start your life over, with your credit check. So, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there for people who don't want to pay on a car they can't drive. They're sitting in Uncle Floyd's house and all the tires are gone. And they want you to pay on it. We ain't doing that no more. So we just going to give you chapter 7. We're going to give you chapter 7, and you figure it out from there. Since you sold me a lemon, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, good brother. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
So, hey, brother, everything you're saying is true. It's fact. It's fact. But here's the thing. Our culture has the wrong concept about what freedom means.
I agree with you.
We got the wrong idea about that. Because, and that's not to say that's solely our fault. Because the original concept of the idea of freedom was influenced by the philosophical idea that the laws of nature were the true governor of humanity.
Facts. I agree with you.
So,
go ahead.
So without a lack of understanding, before I go, let me say,
I got about 9 minutes left, good brother.
Oh man, we could go on and on.
You know that's how we chop it up.
I'm not gonna go down there, but at the end, but I want to try all of what my thoughts. Okay, so what I've done as a result of my experience, I filed a complaint with the Business Bureau. Okay, the Better Business Bureau reached out to the and informed them of my complaint. The response to their complaint was that their technician adhered to the steps instruction as defined in the product improvement bulletin that was issued, and therefore, happened to my car was not related to a negligence. Okay, so with that being said, in my possession right now, every single document associated with the recall of the issue that resulted in the explosion of my vehicle in my possession. So in their response, let me stipulate this. But how they responded to my complaint was that was inconsistent with what's documented in the service report that I have on my vehicle. Example, there is one mileage documented on the service report time that they started to work on my car. When I picked my car, the same mileage is recorded when I picked up my car. But when I flip a few pages over, I see where they done manipulated the numbers to support what they're saying, which is in that he changed the oil, cleared the oil, drove my car, and that particular code did not reappear, and therefore my car was safe to drive. Okay, all of that stuff is not consistent with what is required by the manufacturer of the car for dealerships to. And they said that if I had any other issue, I should direct my issues to a manager of the dealership. So I'm in the process of putting everything together to go to the dealership to support my state representatives.
Let me say this.
In my district.
Go ahead. Well, I got like 6 minutes. I just want to ask this question. I got like 6 minutes left. Why didn't you go to the people who sold you the car? That's the question.
Well, here's the
under
thing.
Section 5.
I did. I went to the people. Well. Here's the thing. It is not required of the individual that is enjoying the use of the particular vehicle go back to the ship that they originally purchased the vehicle.
But let me say this. I understand.
That's not required.
I know that, but they cannot sell you a car. And I'm going to go back to my original statement. I agree with you on that. But when they sell you a car and you say, is anything wrong with the car, and they know that the car is on a recall, they should have a legal obligation, and this is the gray area. In your case, it may be a first impression case. And for those who don't know what first impression means, this may be a case that set law because there's no other case out here like that. You might be the forerunner of the law, where if you know a car is recalled and I ask you, is the car okay, you should tell me, hey, the car has been recalled, and this is why. Not, oh no, everything is great. There's no gray area on that. They can't hide behind that, and that's what I'm saying to you. Me personally, if it was me, I would tie the dealership and I would tie the car salesman together, because both of them committed a neglect. They can't hide behind the law, good brother. You cannot hide behind the law and say, well, the law doesn't require me to do that.
Right,
but the law doesn't.
But here's the thing. How can you hide in a law that does not apply to you?
But it does apply in the sense it's fraudulent. We got 4 minutes. Listen, and Mama say, listen, say this. We got 4 minutes.
In the obvious,
we got 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes.
Okay. Long story short, the Federal Trade Commission issued a statement requiring CarMax and all these other entities, stop, deceiving the public.
That's what I'm saying.
By saying that used vehicles are safe.
Okay, when did they issue that? When did they issue that?
Issued that in December 15, 2016.
Okay, so you fall right under that law. That's what I'm saying. It's fraudulent. And they told them back then don't do that. So they're doing it now. So when they tell you, hey, the car is great, no, it's not. It's a recall on the car.
Oh, okay, stop.
I got you, Johnny Cocker. Slow down.
The variable that you're putting into this, man, is the dealership's affirmation that the used vehicle is safe.
Thanks. I got. Hold on. I know you're doing the closing argument. Hold on. Johnny Cock, hold on. You're doing your closing argument. You got 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes, good brother. You do a closing argument.
Hey man, 3 minutes. What I would tell my people is learn how to find out whether or not
absolutely
a used vehicle it has unrepaired recall on
That's
it,
right.
which you are about to purchase.
Hey, listen. And you get
how much you like it.
And you're getting hand claps. And they give you hand claps on that. Your closing argument is good. And you're getting hand claps.
Yeah.
But you know what?
So let me say this. So as I mentioned earlier, state representatives in my district, that's what I'm doing. What I'm asking of everybody in my network is to ask of your representative to support language that requires established dealerships in the state of Michigan to let you know whether the used vehicle that you're about to purchase is safe or not. Your life depends on it.
Facts. I appreciate that. Not only that, you got 1 minute. You got 1 minute left. But I want to not only say your life depends on it, your financial stability do. Because you got a lot of our people doing tax time. The only time they can get a car is during tax time. And when that car break down, good brother, that's destroyed. Because they may not be able to get another one to the next tax time. Listen, the time is almost up. We got about 30 seconds.
Hey,
so I'm just telling you.
You always do that.
I'm just telling you. It ain't what I'm doing.
You always do